हरि ओम। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री हिरण्यगर्भाय नमः। ओम श्री महाविष्णवे नमः। ओम श्री महादेवाय नमः। ओम श्री महादुर्गाय नमः। ओम श्री राम रामाय नमः। ओम श्री सद्गुरवे नमः। ओम समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयम् नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। शङ्करं परमानन्दं ब्रह्मनिष्ठं यतीश्वरम् भाष्यभ्रान्तिहरं वन्दे शुद्धज्ञानैकबोधकम्। ॐ नमः शिवाय। 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 नमः पार्वती पतये। हर हर महादेव। हरि ओम। हरि ओम। We'll begin with the Shanti mantra. ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्ताक्षो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। We shall chant mantra number 5 and 6. यत्र सुप्तो न कंचन कामं कामयते न कंचन स्वप्नं पश्यति तत्सुषुप्तं सुषुप्तस्थाना एकीभूतः प्रज्ञानघन एव आनन्दमयो हि आनन्दभुक् चेतोमुखः प्राज्ञस्तृतीयः पादः एष सर्वेश्वरः एष सर्वज्ञः एषोऽन्तर्यामी एष योनिः सर्वस्य प्रभवाप्ययो हि भूतानाम्. Hari Om. So in the first 6 mantras of Mandukya Upanishad, the Shruti first indicates that everything is Brahm, is Om, and then it says everything is Brahma, and thereafter the Mahavakya is revealed, I am Atma Brahma. This Atma pointing out to this body, which is within, experience within this body, this Atma is Brahma. Within this body, we experience the Atma as Pratyagatma, the innermost self. See, there are various layers which we know. The 5 koshas are there. And inside, innermost in this kosha is the Pratyagatma, which is experienced along with the koshas in the waking and dream, but is experienced free from all the koshas in deep sleep, separated from all the koshas. So that Pratyagatma has to be recognized as Brahma. So the first step is to understand the identity of that Pratyagatma experience in the waking as Vishwa is identical with Vaishvanara. And that is the first pada, the first step. The second step is to understand the Pratyagatma as Taijasa, who is experienced exclusively in the dream, as identical with Hiranyagarbha. This is the second pada, the second step. In the third step, one has to understand this Pratyagatma as Prajna, who is identical with Ishvara. See, Vaishvanara is expressing as this entire universe. But Vishwa is expressing within this body. So with respect to this body, Vaishvanara is very vast. But the self in me and self in Vaishvanara is same. In the same way, in my dream, I, the seer of the dream, is Taijasa. My dream is expression of my mind, but my mind is a tiny little portion of the total mind which belongs to Hiranyagarbha. So the self in me and self in Hiranyagarbha is same. Then in deep sleep, I am separated from all the koshas. I remain alone. That I is indicated as pradnya, and pradnya is identical with Ishvara. Ishvara has Maya as his power, as his Shakti. Through that Maya only, Ishvara expresses as this world. With the power of Maya, Ishvara alone expresses as Hiranyagarbha and as Vaishvanara. So this pradnya is indicated in the sixth mantra as Esha Sarveshwaraha. He is Sarveshwara. In his Swarupa, Pradnya and Ishvara are one. In the Swarupa, Pradnya and Ishvara are one. But Ishvara is building the total power called Maya. And as Pradnya, I am ignorant of my own nature as Ishvara. So I have ignorance of my own nature, but Ishvara is all-knowing, all-powerful, and Ishvara alone expresses as this vast universe. So Esha Sarveshwaraha, Esha Sarvadnyaha, Ishvara is Sarvadnya, all-knowing. He knows his own Maya. He knows his own Prakriti, which alone expresses as this world. But I, as Pradnya, do not know. So, Esha Sarvadnyaha, Eshaha Antaryami, and Ishvara is Antaryami. He is present in all, as the very self of all, and as the bodies of all. So, remaining within everyone and everything, Ishvara controls the entire universe. Not a single electron moves without the power of Ishvara. So he is Antaryami, the inner controller. By his power alone, everything happens in this world. Esha Yonihi Sarvasya, and Ishvara is the Yoni, the very source from whom the world has come into existence. Ishvara is the very source who has given birth to this world. So, Yesha Yoni Sarvasya Prabhavapyayo hi Bhutanam, and he alone is the creation, and he alone is the dissolution of this world. See, the whole world expresses from Ishvara. It is sustained in Ishvara and merges back into Ishvara. See, from the standpoint of Ishvara, nothing is happening to him. When the world is created, Ishvara is Ishvara. When world is sustained, he remains as Ishvara. And when the world is dissolved, he remains as Ishvara. Ishvara is Brahma, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. No change happens to Brahma when the world is created, when the world is sustained, and when the world gets dissolved. We as individuals, when we look at this world, it appears different from us, and we talk about its creation, sustenance, and dissolution. But through this Vedanta knowledge, when we gain that direct experience of our own real nature, then we will look at the whole universe as our own self. See, Ishvara, who expresses as Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha is the first person to be born. From Ishvara, spontaneously, Hiranyagarbha is born. Hiranyagarbha is a living being. Hiranyagarbha is also born as a jiva. But within short time, he gains enlightenment, but he continues to live and perform whatever activities are required. So Hiranyagarbha is present even now as a Jivan Mukta. From Hiranyagarbha is born Vaishvanara. Vaishvanara is also a living being, a jiva, who is also enlightened. If you ask Vaishvanara, who are you? He will say, I am Brahma, Aham Brahmasmi, and everyone is myself. If you ask Hiranyagarbha, who are you? It's just a hypothetical, huh? You won't be able to ask. Hiranyagarbha will say, Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahma, and everyone is myself. And if you ask an enlightened person, who are you? He will say, I am Brahma, Aham Brahmasmi, and everyone is myself. To know everyone is myself is called Sarvatma Bhav. So Ishvara is Brahma. Brahma himself, itself. There is no difference between Ishvara and Brahma. So Brahma is Nirgun Nirakar. Ishvara is also Nirgun Nirakar, not Sagun. Ishvara is also Nirgun Nirakar. Hiranyagarbha is Sagun Nirakar. Sagun Nirakar means with gunas, but without any akar, without any form. And Vaishvanara is Sagun Sakar. So Ishvara is Nirgun Nirakar. And from Ishvara, spontaneously, Hiranyagarbha is born. And from Ishvara, spontaneously, the Vedas are also born. When the pralaya happens, everything remains as Ishvara. The world, with all the beings, exist as Ishvara, as Sat. In Bhagavad Puran, it is said, Bhagavan himself says, Aham eva asam, asam eva agre. That in the beginning I alone was there. So spontaneously from Ishvara, Hiranyagarbha is born. And the Vedas are also born. But Vedas are called Anadi. They are beginningless. They manifest, but they are always there as Sat Brahma. So that Vedic knowledge is given, it goes to Hiranyagarbha. By the blessings of Ishvara, Hiranyagarbha gains the Vedas, the Vedic knowledge. From Hiranyagarbha, that knowledge is passed on to Vaishvanara. And from Vaishvanara, through Guru Shishya Parampara, the knowledge comes all the way to Veda Vyas, Maharshi Veda Vyasji, Bhagwan Veda Vyas. Veda Vyasji is also Bhagwan's avatar. And from Veda Vyasji, through Guru Shishya Parampara, the same Vedic knowledge has come to Bhagwan Sri Adi Shankaracharya. And from Bhagwan Sri Adi Shankaracharya, again through Guru Shishya Parampara, the same knowledge comes to our teacher, our immediate teacher, who is from the same parampara, who is from the same sampradaya, gets that knowledge, and from our teacher, from our guru, we gain that knowledge. This is the beautiful parampara of this knowledge, starting from Ishvara. See, many times we get confused, oh, whom should we consider our teacher? So many teachers are there. The teachers of the Vedas, they follow this lineage. If this lineage is not there, then they are not the teachers of Vedas. They are not the teachers of Vedanta. So remember, the teacher, the first teacher is Ishvara, Ishvara himself. The second teacher is Hiranyagarbha. The third teacher is Vaishvanara. The fourth teacher is, in between, a lot of other teachers are there, but one whom we should remember is Vedavyas Rishi. The fifth teacher is Bhagwan Sri Adi Shankaracharya. And the sixth teacher is our own teacher. And our own teacher, he points out to that ultimate reality. But our teacher has to be connected to Shankaracharya to reveal that knowledge in the right perspective. So you should have the reverence to this Guru Shishya Parampara. Infinite teachers, means countless teachers are there in this parampara. But remember and have that reverence for this six: Ishvara, Hiranyagarbha, Vaishvanara, Vedavyas, Shankaracharya, and our own teachers. Then we will gain this knowledge. This is the Chinmudra. We will gain that knowledge. Okay? Now, why I am telling you all this? Because now Shankaracharya ji, who is teaching us this Upanishad through his Bhashya, he is not the first teacher. He has also learned from his teacher. And his teacher was also not the first. He also learned from his teacher. So Shankaracharya's teacher was Gaudapadacharya. And Gaudapadacharya's teacher was Gaudapadacharya. So Gaudapadacharya ji has written Karika in the form of shlokas explaining the main theme of this Upanishad. He has written Karikas in 4 chapters. So in the first chapter, Agama Prakarana, there are these 12 mantras of the Upanishad. See, Upanishadic verses are called mantras. And whatever the later acharyas they write, they are called shlokas. Even when Bhagwan takes avatar as Bhagwan Sri Krishna, his words, his writings, his teachings are indicated as shlokas, the Bhagavad Gita shlokas. So Gaudapadacharya's Karikas begins now. He gives the essence of the teaching conveyed in the 6 mantras, certain important points which we might have missed, he indicates them. Karikas are not commentaries on each and every shloka, but they explain, they reveal the main theme, and any doubts, confusions which might be there in our mind are resolved. Gaudapadacharya ji was also born during Adi Shankaracharya ji's time. Little before him, between 7th and 8th century. He was born in Maharashtra, and thereafter he went to Goa, and he established a math in Goa. I also I'm also native of Goa. So this Gaudapadacharya's math is hardly 3 or 4 kilometers from our ancestral house. It's called Kavole. That math is in Kavole, Ponda. And there are followers of Gaudapadacharya ji even now. They are called the Gauda Saraswati Brahmins. So Gaudapadacharya ji has written this Karika on Mandukya Upanishad, which very beautifully and clearly reveals the essential teaching, the real, true essential teachings of the Upanishads. See, by ourselves, when we read the Upanishads, when we study the Vedas and all, without proper guidance and help, we will get thoroughly confused. And that is what happens in this modern times also. People don't have the humility to accept someone as the teacher and learn from him or her. And we try to understand by ourselves, reading different books, studying Sanskrit, and trying to find the meaning, and we get thoroughly confused. That much is also good, but the trouble begins when these thoroughly confused people, they start teaching others. So thoroughly confused Guru Shishya Parampara, they begin. So that is wrong. We should learn from our teacher who belongs to this parampara. In modern times also you find some teachers are there who don't accept. They say, no, I don't have any guru. I am a self-made man. I am my own guru. So you should avoid such people as much as possible. When they approach you, you should run away from that place. Because to learn something afresh in a clean mind is easy. But if we have already polluted our mind with so many different philosophies and theories and contradictory views, then it's very difficult. Then Bhagwan hi Malik. So Gaudapadacharya ji has written this Karika. And Bhagwan Sri Adi Shankaracharya ji has so much of reverence to Gaudapadacharya. Shankaracharya ji never says that, oh, I am a great person, I know everything. No. He shows that reverence to his own teacher, Govindapadacharya ji. And he has extreme reverence to Gaudapadacharya ji also. At the end of this Bhashya, Shankaracharya ji has written a beautiful shloka praising Gaudapadacharya ji and doing namaskar to him. We will just chant that shloka and thereafter we will see the Karika. Shankaracharya ji writes, Prajna Vaishaka Veda Shubhita Jalanidher Veda Namnontarastham Bhutanyalokya Magnanya Virata Janana Graha Ghore Samudre Karunyadudha Uddadharamrutamidam Amare Dullabham Bhutaheto Yastam Pujya Vipujyam Paramagurumamum Padapate Natosmi. Shankaracharya writes, he says, Ki Pujya Vipujyam, that Guru, Paramaguru, he calls Gaudapadacharya ji Paramaguru. His own Guru is Govindapadacharya ji. And Govindapadacharya is Guru, Paramaguru, Grand Guru. And he says, Pujya Vipujyam, who is most worshipful. Most worshipful means worshipful among all the worshipfuls. All the teachers are worshipful, but among all of them, he is the most worshipful. Pujya Vipujyam Paramagurum Amum Padapatair Natosmi, falling at his feet, Sashtang Namaskar I am doing to him. Padapatair Natosmi. And who is Gaudapadacharya ji? Shankaracharya ji himself reveals his identity. He says, Prajna Vaishakave Dakshubhita Jalanidhe Veda Namnontarastham. He says, Bhutanya Lokya Magnani Avirata Janana Graha Ghore Samudre. He says he saw people fallen into the ocean. Ocean of samsara. Gaudapadacharya ji saw people have fallen into this ocean of samsara, experiencing intense sorrow and pain. So, out of that compassion, and this ocean of samsara is filled with lot of crocodiles who eat these people who have fallen. So, out of compassion, Gaudapadacharya ji, with his buddhi, he churned the Vedas. Vedas are also like an ocean. So, out of compassion, with his buddhi, he churned the Vedas and brought out the Amrita from within. See, we hear the story in the Puranas where the Devatas, Asuras, and all they churned the milky ocean and they brought out Amrit. Here, Shankaracharya is comparing the Vedas as ocean. But unless you churn the ocean, we will not get that Amrit. This ocean of the Vedas have to be churned, have to be contemplated. One should go deep within. But everyone cannot do it. So with his buddhi, using the buddhi as the churning rod, Gaudapadacharya ji brought out the Amrit from the Vedas. Prajnana Vaishaka Veda Shubhita Jala Nidhe. So churning, the whole ocean of Vedas became turbulent and he brought out that Amrit from within. Karunyat Uddhara Uddhara Uddhar Amrut. Removed the Amrut. Amrutam idam Amaraihi Durlabham. And this Amrut in the form of this Karika, in the form of this teaching, which is even Durlabh for the Devatas. What is revealed in the Karika are even Durlabh for the Devatas. Amarehi Durlabham Bhuta Hetoh. For the welfare of all beings, he has given this Amrit of the Vedas to all of us who have fallen into the ocean of samsara and afflicted by the crocodiles which chase us within. So yastam pujya pujyam paramagurum amam pada pater natosmi. To that param guru, and my namaskar, falling down on his feet and doing that sastang namaskar to him. So this is a very beautiful shloka. We will see once we complete this Upanishad, we'll see the shloka again. So after this sixth mantra, Gaudapadacharya's Karika begins now. Let us chant Karika number 1. So he has written 9 Karikas to explain these 6 mantras. So let us chant Karika number 1. Bahishpradnyo vibhurvishvo yanta prajnastu tejasah घनप्रज्ञस्तथा प्राज्ञः एक एव त्रिधा स्मृतः. Once more. बहिष्प्रज्ञो विभुर्विश्वो यन्तः प्रज्ञस्तु तैजसः घनप्रज्ञस्तथा प्राज्ञः एक एव त्रिधा स्मृतः. He says, Shankaracharya ji writes कि अत्र एतस्मिन् यथोक्ते अर्थ एते श्लोका भवन्ति. So these shlokas, they reveal the meaning of the mantras revealed before. So Bahish Pradnyo Vibhur Vishwo, he says that Vishwa, so this Pratyek Atma expressing in 4 steps, 4 quarters. So first is Vishwa, then Taijasa and Pradni. So he says Bahish Pradnyo Vibhur Vishwo. This Vishwa who is Vibhu, who is all pervading, means who is identical with Vaishvanara. That Vishwa is Bahish Pradnya. He is the knower of the outside knowledge. He knows the outside knowledge. Means through the senses and the mind, we get the knowledge of the world which we think is outside. That knowledge is gained by that Vishwa. Then he Antapradnestu Taijasa. And Taijasa is one who gains the knowledge inside knowledge. Means the knowledge which is there in the mind itself is witnessed by Taijasa. And Ghanaprajnastadha Prajnya. And Prajnya attains the knowledge which is Ghana, which has become solidified. The mind, the Antakarana comes to a standstill, and that is known by Prajna. So he summarizes what was said before. But the most important thing is, he says, Gaudapadacharya says, Eka eva tridha smritaha. See, when it is revealed that, oh, when we are awake, it is Vishwa, when we are dreaming, it is Taijasa, in deep sleep, it is Prajna. One may think that, oh, there are three. Three are there. Gaudapadacharya says that there are no three, it is one only. One alone is expressing as three. That one Pratyagatma alone is expressing as Vishwa, Taijas and Pradni. So Eka eva tridha smritaha. Though they are, it is one only, though expressing as three. Shankaracharya ji has written Bhashya on the Upanishads, on Bhagavad Gita, on Brahma Sutra. But here he has written Bhashya on the Karika also. So here he says, Shankaracharya ji writes, कि बहिष्प्रज्ञेति, this shloka, बहिष्प्रज्ञ विभुर्विश्वो and all, पर्यायेण त्रिस्थानत्वात् सोहम इति स्मृत्य प्रतिसंधानाच्च स्थानत्रय व्यतिरिक्तम् एकत्वं शुद्धत्वम् असंगत्वं च सिद्धम् इति अभिप्रायः. Mahamatshyadi Drishtanta Shruti. He says that this is to understand that though this Vishwa Tejas Pradnya, that is this Pratyagatma, is traveling as though in all the three states. He is present in Jagrat, he is present in Swapna, he is present in Sushupti also. He is the same one who is present in Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti. The one who is in Jagrat is not different from Swapna, is not different from Sushupti. See, when we are looking at the world, let us say I'm looking at this flower. So when I look at this flower, I gain the knowledge of the flower. So who is this I who is gaining that knowledge of the flower? He is called Vishwa. Means I am called Vishwa. Vishwa is the name given to me by the Upanishads. So I, the Vishwa, knows this flower. Now very interesting. When I close my eyes and think about the flower and see the flower, the image of the flower in my mind, and gain that knowledge of that image, who is gaining that knowledge? Tejas. So one who is seeing the world outside and one who is seeing the mind is the same entity, is not different. Shankaracharya ji writes कि पर्यायेन त्रिस्थानत्वात् सोहम इति स्मृत्या. Though I move in all the three sthana, in the three places, Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, but in the waking itself, that will be explained in the next shloka. In the waking itself, I move in all these three places. And while moving in all these three places, my identity as I remains same. When I look at this flower with my eyes open, and when I close my eyes and imagine or think about this flower, the one who knows that thought, with my eyes closed, I know the thought of that flower, and with my eyes open, I see the flower, that I am same. Aham iti smritya pratisandhanacha. Because he is me, he is I, that consistency remains all the time. So all this you must be knowing, but still you listen, contemplate. When I am awake, I experience this world. When I go to sleep and I dream, I, the one who is experiencing the dream, is the same person who was awake. When I wake up from my dream, one who saw the dream and one who is awake is same. Is not different. Only the place is different. When I am awake, it is called waking state. When I am dreaming, it is the dream. But even while awake, when I just look at the mind, that is like Tejas looking at the mind. When I look through the senses, it is like Vishwa, but it is same entity. Means the one who is awake, one who is dreaming, and one who has gone to deep sleep, that pradnya is also same. When I am in deep sleep, dreamless sleep, I am not aware of the world outside. I don't know whether the world is outside or inside or where it is. But from the waking standpoint, when I look at my deep sleep, I think I was there somewhere and the world was there outside. But since I have become one with Ishvara, there is no world outside or inside. Everything is Ishvara only. There is no world different from Ishvara. What we consider as the world is Ishvara himself. That we will see as we go further. But here the main thing to be understood is Pradnya, Taijasa, and Vishwa are one entity only. They are not three. Though they are spoken of as though three due to the three different places, Jagra, Swapna, Sushupti, but they are one. See, when I wake up from my deep sleep, what do I say? What do I experience? I say I was asleep. I was sleeping happily. I talk about the deep sleeper as myself only. I don't say somebody else was sleeping and I got up now. I myself was asleep. I myself had a dream and I myself am awake now. So the one who is awake, one who dreamt, and one who was in deep sleep is one entity, myself. This is the first lesson which Gaudapadacharya ji wants us to know. Slowly he will reveal. That is the beauty of all these great acharyas. They reveal the truth slowly. See, just like a great artist. If you look at the artist working, painting, in the beginning you will not know if you don't know exactly, if that artist has not revealed, you will not know what is happening there. He's just splashing some colors here, there, and using his brush and just doing something on that canvas, and you are totally confused. But as you continue looking at the artist working, slowly the picture emerges, the beautiful image you can see with minute details revealed brought out so beautifully that you wonder. So here, Gaudapadacharya is now painting. He is painting a picture of Turiya, but it will come later. Here he is just warming up, just splashing some colors on the canvas. So the first point which we have to understand that Vishwa, Tejas and Prajna are not three, they are one. And why they are one? How do you know they are one? Because they are understood by the consistent experience of I in them. While awake, we experience I am. In dream, also experience I am. In deep sleep, thought of I am is not there, but I am there. So when I wake up, when the mind wakes up, I say I was. So I talk about deep sleep as a past tense. I was asleep. I am awake now. So why didn't you tell that you were sleeping or you were asleep that time? That time mind was not available. If mind was available, I would have said, I am sleeping. Because to convey mind, speech and all is required. But even without speech, even without mind, I was there. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi Ji gives a very beautiful example. He says if a person dives into a well filled with water to recover some vessel which has fallen into that well, he dives there and he finds that vessel, but he is deeply immersed in that water. Then he comes out of that water and say, "Oh, I found a vessel which had fallen down." So people ask him that, "Why didn't you tell when you found it?" At that time, I was immersed in water. I could not speak. Now that I have come out, I am telling you I found that water, that vessel. Similarly, even when we are asleep, I know I am. It's mysterious, huh? But when I wake up, I say I was asleep. So it's very interesting, beautiful. So this first Karika itself is very deep and beautiful. But the second Karika is also very important. And Shankaracharya ji has written 2-3 pages of commentary on that second Karika, which we will see in our class on Monday. Till then, you take care. Be happy, safe, peaceful, healthy, do your work, do your sadhana. Listen to the pravachan again. Share this pravachan with your friends, relatives, strangers. Maybe they might appreciate and learn. And we shall meet again soon. Hari Om. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 श्री राम जय जय राम, जय जय राम, जय जय राम। बोलिए सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।